Good morning. This is Fred Mitchell, Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Minister for the Public Service and Foreign Affairs, MP for Fox Hill, and today is Monday, the 9th of January, 2023. So on Friday, the 6th of January, 2023, we marked 1 year since the death of Sidney Poitier, the Bahamian actor. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the 10th of January, 2023, we mark 56 years since majority rule came to our country, following 3 centuries of domination by a racial minority in our country. By the time 1967 came along, the property vote, the company vote, and the discrimination against women in law had all been abolished. On that day, the Bahamian Times, the PLP's newspaper, ran the headline, "Bay Street Rule is Broken." Lyndon Pindling became the premier of the country on that day and led us into national independence. On the way to 1973, he lowered the voting age in the country from 21 to 18. So here we are today, sovereign and free, and plotting our own destiny. Sir Arthur Folkes, the former Governor General, who signed the act into law to make Majority Rule Day a public holiday, called this day the most important day in our history since the abolition of slavery. Please join us at St Agnes Church in Grantstown at 10 a.m. on Tuesday to mark the occasion, and after that there's a march beginning at 11:30 to the Pindling Mausoleum from the church, St Agnes. It'll begin around 11:30. So on Saturday past, we were glad to join the forum by Senator Barry Griffin, Samantha Roll of the Small Business Development Center, Darcy Ramming of Arawak-X, and Bodine Johnson of the Ministry of Education for the incisive dialogue with young PLPs at the Fox Hill Community Center on economic development, the next stage in the fight for majority rule. They deserve congratulations and thank you. It is clear, of course, we still have miles to go before we sleep and plenty of promises to keep. We must not take our eyes off the ball, for example, in Grand Bahama, where at the behest of Prime Minister Philip Davis, 20 people who were laid off should be back on the job this morning, resuming their careers at the container port. But it is the job of the Department of Labor to see that this is carried out, and carried out with the principle restituto in integrum, not halfway. Will people get, for example, to keep the redundancy money and start afresh on a contract, or will this be continuous employment? And knowing these companies, when the employees, when they get back, will they come to work in a hostile workplace and then they end up with the company creating a pretext for their dismissal for cause, even though there may not be any cause at all? I say to the employees, be properly advised and let us all keep our eyes open on this matter. I want to thank all of those who responded to my views on the telecommunications issues in our country. Over the weekend, the service by the phone companies seemed to get even worse with the buffering and dropped calls, and in particular, I want to acknowledge the bitter complaints from South Andros. I also received an SOS from the vendors at Atlantis Beach who are once again being prevented from traversing the Paradise Island beach. How long, O Lord, how long? God bless you. God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And as we look forward to 56 years of majority rule tomorrow, Tuesday, 10 o'clock at St Agnes Church, it's still on this day, this Monday, just before Majority Rule Day, still PLP all the way.
Majority Rule Day. Some have argued that the great significance of majority rule was that after years of struggle by many freedom and justice-loving people, the back of the old oligarchy was finally broken. More importantly, majority rule presented the opportunity for real democracy to come to the Bahamas, underpinned by equality, tolerance, economic justice, social justice, all important elements in the creation of a free, modern, democratic state. All Bahamians benefited in one way or another from the historic event that took place on January 10, 1967, a day that now wears the rather inelegant appellation of Majority Rule Day. Majority rule ushered in the opportunity for all Bahamians to have constitutional, political, social, cultural, and economic rights. Where these rights were not readily accessible, the government of the day created laws and implemented policies to enable these entitlements. January 10th is a day in the national calendar that belongs to all Bahamians, not just PLPs, but to all Bahamians, black and white, rich and poor, young and old, city dweller and family islander, and yes, PLP and F&M alike. January 10th needs to be commemorated and celebrated by all of us because it represents one of the truly great and defining moments in our evolution as a people.